Cigar Company is your one-stop shop for all your cigar needs. Whether that's a brand new humidor, a box of those new cigars you've been waiting for, a top-of-the-line cutter or lighter, a place to enjoy the finest cigars and spirits with friends, or the only cigars grown right here in the Sunshine State, we've got you covered. Come visit one of our retail locations for the ultimate cigar experience. Visit us online at coronacigar.com.
How about that cigar?
How about that cigar?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Corona Cigar Studios for episode 219 of How About That Cigar Live. Thank you so much for joining us live on Facebook and live on YouTube. And of course, if you're listening after the fact on the audio podcast, guys, thank you so much for making How About That Cigar a part of your regular audio podcast rotation. And here in the Corona Cigar Studios, it's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. We have in studio people helping out. Rich, welcome to the studio.
Welcome, Rich
is waving from afar.
How about our amazing producer
and our fantastic, amazing producer?
Where's the beard at?
Justin is in the house.
There he is.
There's that beautiful living room of yours with your piano and your fireplace.
Yeah,
I mean, we're all jealous, basically.
It's a weekend job, you know, like just like piano at the Golden Corral.
Just to get this out of the way right away, the Green Bay Packers suck.
Yes, they do.
So
wait. You didn't know that already?
No.
Well, it's kind of a new development. You know,
they're not used to having shit quarterbacks.
We're shaping up to have the worst season since like 2005, and they went 4-12 in 2005. So
there's always next year.
There's always next year. Yeah. And I'm just waiting for Coop to jump in the comments and say that it's all Matt LaFleur's fault. But you know, players got to execute. So, you know, that's what's going on. The Vikings are playing as we speak against the San Francisco 49ers.
What's the score? 7-zip?
You know what? I'll actually look it up. I have no idea.
And my Jets didn't lose. They had a bye this week.
Yeah, the Jets did not lose. Oh, the Vikings are up 16-7.
Nice.
In halftime, 16-7 at the half. So
that's the most excited I've seen.
He's got a chance.
I mean,
it's the most excited I've seen.
You know, San Francisco going into the season was like pretty much the best team in the NFL, and they've had a couple missteps, and maybe this Vikings game is going to be another one of those missteps. I have no idea. It's weird. You know, what are you going to do? All right, so the Rangers are up on the Astros right now in the ALCS. Please, and this is Game 7, so please, Lord, if you have any love for the integrity of the game of baseball, you will let the Texas Rangers win this game.
Yes.
And so Phillies sadly lost today, so that means we go to a Game 7.
That's beautiful.
So Phillies, Diamondbacks, D-backs, you show me one person at the beginning of the season that said the Diamondbacks would be in the NLCS, and I'll buy you a case of beer.
I know you're rooting for Philly, but I want the Diamondbacks to win.
You really do?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Philly just because that's Coop's team. I got a soft spot.
I don't like Philadelphia, just I don't like Boston. Sorry, guys. I love the people, but no.
Yeah, so I mean, Game 7's all around basically, which that's more baseball, so I'm all for it. And if the World Series goes to a Game 7, I'm happy about it because that's just more baseball. Although it gets really cold that first week in November, depending on where you're playing at.
Hopefully they're playing
Yeah, Arizona. You want to
Texas.
be playing in Arizona. But guys, we actually, before we bring on our fantastic special guest of the evening, we have a big announcement here at How About That Cigar?
Announcement?
And it's an announcement. And you guys may be like, well, that's not really an announcement, but it is an announcement because this is the night we're making it official. So this guy sitting to my left right here, this is Raul Ramos. And you've seen him on the show for the last 8 episodes, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, about 8 episodes. And we've been friends for a few years now. Mm-hmm. And Raul is an integral part of the Twin Cities cigar community. And Raul, during a time in early August, I think it was, I said, hey, man, I need somebody to pinch hit as, co-host on the show. And Raul's like, yeah, I'll do it. Absolutely. And Raul has become an integral part of How About That Cigar. So it is with great appreciation and love that I announced tonight, that Justin and I announced tonight, that now the official.
I'm in. I mean, I'll give you my yes. Or what do they do on that show? Like, they're like, yeah, give them a yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like American Idol. Yeah. It's a yes from me, dog.
It's a yes from me, dog.
So very grateful and very excited to announce that Raul Ramos is the official new co-host of How About That Cigar Live. Welcome to the family, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Cool. Appreciate it.
Great to have you with us.
Breaking in my new shirt.
That's right. Raul's got the new polo, Burn Cigars Not Bridges, right there on the on the sleeve. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. But guys, we also have some super cool special guests on the show tonight, and they've been longtime friends of How About That Cigar, and some very cool stuff coming up that we want them to talk about
every time they're on.
Absolute riot. Yeah. Absolute riot. We cannot control things when these guys are on the show, and that's the way we like it. So if you would please, ladies and gentlemen, well, first I have to do, we got to pay the bills. So special guests on How About That Cigar Live, always brought to us by our friends at Drew Estate, and the Liga Privada Selección de Mercado is handcrafted to highlight the bold characteristics of a specially curated Connecticut Criollo Capa leaf that's grown exclusively for Drew Estate by one farmer in the famed Connecticut River Valley. The name is Spanish for market selection, inspired by the old practice of selecting wrapper leaves for certain national markets by color. Drew Estate chose only the most beautiful Rosado Connecticut Criollo leaves to grace Selección de Mercado. The Rosada Capa leaf surrounds a blend of tobaccos from Mexico, Nicaragua, and Pennsylvania to create a cigar that is deeply balanced, bold, and sophisticated. This cigar measures 6x52 and is available in 10-count boxes to international markets. For more information, please visit drewestate.com. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome to episode 219 from Espinosa Premium Cigars, Hector Alfonso Sr. and Jack Tarano. Gentlemen, welcome back to How About That Cigar Live.
What's up, guys? Listen, first of all, congratulations to Raul. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
congratulations to Raul. We Hector and I have been wondering. I was at the grocery store earlier, and there was a milk carton with Garrett Robinson on it, so I figured you guys had to be
Listen, I am not going to apologize for what Jack said. You deserve it for not telling us ahead of time. I'm just happy that Raul finished his 8 weeks of technical school to get on here. So it's fantastic. And this only shows that you need a GED to work in radio. That's fantastic.
Well, you have to pass like electronics 101.
I failed.
No, bro. We know a guy who put your score over the top. Yeah, we know a guy. We got you.
I guess you guys don't put your names. It's just put the How About That Cigar.
Yeah.
Matt and Raul would have been nice there, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm going to tell you that Matt and Raul sound like two guys you buy weed from. I'm just going to tell you that right.
Yeah, it sounds like two guys you buy weed from at like a Portland community college.
Really, go see Matt. I think he's Raul's roommate.
Hector busted a few Matt and Raul's in his time.
It's crazy. It's just nice. Listen, it's so nice. It really is. It just touches my heart.
Oh, I fucking love it. I love it. You guys being on the show is always a treat for us, and we don't really have to. we don't worry about FCC regulations.
No.
We don't worry about anything. We just talk.
Unleash you guys, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, by the way.
Oh, damn.
He lost. He was must have going to say something about the Yankees.
No. I mean, I know you're rooting for the Phillies, but this week, the last game when they won, Coop we're going all the way, and now today they lost, and on the thread, we're doomed. So it's I've never seen a guy who rolls with the punches about managers the way my man Willie Cooper does. He just absolutely dies with managers.
They lost last week. They lost last week and scored 1 run, and Coop blamed the manager.
He blamed the manager. Not once did I
they
see the manager
scored 1 run.
Not once did he gives too much credit to them. Sometimes he gives them too much blame. But listen, I'm a fan, and he's a fan, and you gotta bear with him, But I want baseball season to be over, just so I don't have to hear any more about the Phillies anymore. I mean, my God. All right, but anyway, so we're glad.
We got to deal with the football coach talk and everything. And I will say this: I credit, even though I argue with Coop about this all the time, I credit the fact that I've never known a human being in my entire life that was more on the coach train than Coop is. I mean, he lives and dies by the manager or the coach.
I'm right with you. I've never known a human being like Coop before.
Well, you got to understand, he started watching baseball in 1897. Connie Mack was a big influence for him.
Yeah.
It's just, and not just that. He likes to rag on other teams' managers, which is even better.
Oh, yeah. We know he really
what he does to Kapler, what he does to Kapler, oh my God, the guy from Green Bay got off lucky.
And
Kapler's going to track him down when they beat the shit out of him.
That a couple of years ago, I think it was right during COVID, or maybe right after COVID. Me and Rob Rasmussen came up with an idea to send him a ball signed by Gabe Kapler.
Yes,
he had no idea who sent it to him, but he was, he was like, I can't. I said, he's on you, dog. He's probably a cigar smoker. He's watching you talk shit about him on the radio. And Kapler might not be a great manager, but he's jacked.
Well, if Kapler, if there's some weird karma in the universe where somehow in the years to come, Kapler ends up somehow back as a member once again of the Phillies organization, even if he's the guy who cleans the garbage cans,
he'll blame him for something.
Blame Philly's losses on Kapler.
It was Kapler's fault. He just didn't keep the jock straps clean enough. I mean,
well, it's important. I mean, those things need to be clean and pressed and fluffed and whatever you gotta take care of those.
Listen, like I said, I want baseball season to be over. If the Phillies are going to win, let's get it out of the way. Let's win. Yeah. Let's move forward, because oh my God, and he's my boy, but man, he's killing me. Killing me with this poor thing.
So I'll say this. So the last few weeks, Raul has brought me a mystery whiskey, and this week, so you're absolutely sure that this is a bourbon.
It's Kentucky bourbon.
It's a Kentucky bourbon. Okay.
Yep.
So it's very boozy. It's a little on the higher proof side.
Yeah, it is. That's what they tell me. I don't drink, but it's very dark.
I don't drink.
I don't. I'm just goofy naturally. I don't drink. 26 years
drink, but go ahead and have this.
Yeah, this guy's got a better bourbon collection than anybody I know.
Well, he's been saving it for 26 years. What do you want?
Yeah.
This fentanyl shit is really dangerous. You should try this.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Smell my new perfume, chloroform.
Do these bar napkins smell like chloroform to you?
I don't know.
All right, I gotta. Let's
everybody smoking and drinking.
Let's go around the room, and Jack, let's start with you. What are you smoking?
I am smoking a knuckle sandwich Habano, which is
nice.
I definitely smoke a lot of the Connecticut's, but I decided to go with the Habano tonight.
That Connecticut's phenomenal.
And depending on how long this show goes, I got a Maduro sitting here too.
Nice.
I was smoking a Crema de l'Orange, but since I have to hold my phone with two hands, I am now not smoking. So
there's got to be somebody there that can hold the phone for you. I mean,
hey, Hoodie,
That's a big ask.
I was looking for guys who weren't working, but Garrett would answer the phone.
Just throw somebody a 5-pack and say, "Hey, hold this phone. Here's a 5-pack. Hold this phone for me for the next hour and a half."
Hour and a half.
Hour.
Half. Let's go with half.
smoking.
Let's go.
See that?
So Raul, you got the
Smoking Laranja.
Oscuro.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good cigar, I hear. I hear that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice.
I hear
Very
it's
good.
a pretty good cigar. Justin,
Is this a 38 or 40 ring?
Yours?
Yeah.
It's a
The
living room.
Lancero? I'm waiting for Niles and Daphne to walk out from behind me.
That's
the Warhead 9.
The 9.
Warhead 9.
Oh,
Nine.
better just keep slowly sliding that band back.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. I'll take it off. I had to leave it on for now.
It's about to taste like paper.
Yeah, right.
Well,
and eventually beard.
that's beardy. Yeah,
A little bit of that.
I'm getting subtle notes of chin hair.
Yeah.
And dry
Right.
skin. I don't know.
I'm gonna fire up the Espinosa 10-year.
That's the most underrated cigar we've ever made.
I'm such a fan. But I'm gonna do that on
Toast it
the
up.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust toast cam.
I don't. Okay.
Nice. Look
Get
at
the little
that.
ass up here. Get the little ass up here.
Say
Why
hello
is Steve
Say
involved
hello
in every?
to my little friend. There we go. And I keep forgetting to mention this. So we actually have this Saka Squatch. I mean, it was from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, but this was muled from Las Vegas to Minnesota for us by none other than our friend Angelo from Founders Cigar.
Really?
So this, and I keep forgetting to mention that. So Angelo, thank you for muling this Saka Squatch here into Minnesota for us. So let me get the cigar fired up right now. When lighting your cigar, it is important to be patient, pay close attention to detail, and focus on the tobacco. In those same ways, Steve Saka brings the same qualities to the ultra premium cigars of Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Patience, close attention, and focus on the tobacco are the qualities that Saka and Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust have become known for. From Sobra Mesa to Umbagog, Dunbarton has a blend that will fit your palate, your mood, and any occasion. Visit DunbartonCigars.com to learn more. And there we go.
Nicely done.
It is all fired up.
Who is that Steve Saka you speak of?
Never heard of him. I've heard of David Lafferty. I know Lafferty.
Lafferty's the face of that brand.
Yeah,
Lafferty.
Lafferty's everywhere.
All right. Gentlemen, here we go. All right. Question number 1 on the docket.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? It's getting all serious. He's getting all serious. No, so if you would please, because we're talking about LaZonaPalooza. So for our viewers and listeners who aren't familiar, give everybody just a quick reminder about the origins of LaZonaPalooza, how it came to be, and what it's all about.
We'll let Hector take this one because it was his idea.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It really is. It's just it is just, you know, it is I'm trying to find the words that I can say and still keep my job. Hold on. LaZonaPalooza is a celebration. It's a celebration where Espinosa Premium Cigars opens its doors and invites those who just.
Hard.
I am. Hold on. It's on the back of the Saka thing. Hold on. LaZonaPalooza is an event that Steve Saka. LaZonaPalooza is just a celebration for.
Eric Espinosa blasted him off of the.
Yeah, it's a celebration for all those who are just Espinosa fans, and who promote our brands, who act as ambassadors for us, and that have been with us from the beginning. Listen, it seems like it's our 100th LaZonaPalooza. I think it's like our 9th, but it's just you see a lot of the same faces. It's the guys who smoke who tag our cigars on in social 65 days a year. What happened? Am I popping off?
So Hector, I actually have an idea.
We just got 150 cancellations of RSVPs.
Then my job is done here.
So we're going to talk to Jack for a minute, Hector. I'm going to ask you to reboot your phone, completely do a restart of your phone, and then get back in the link that I sent you. And I think that should help things out a little bit.
All right, I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Thanks.
So, Jack, this will be my first time going to LaZonaPalooza. What can I expect?
Listen, it is a 3-day drink-a-thon, eat-a-thon, listening to like Chrissy Critchfield on this thread mentioned, listening to Eric sing. We play all sorts of games. We have a lot of fun. It's exhausting, as Hector pointed out. I've been to every, even though I've only been with Eric for 5 years, I've been to every LaZonaPalooza. And it was great before I started working for Espinosa, because I would go there either Thursday, Friday, spend a couple hours there, and then get the hell out of there. Now I got to spend 14 hours a day there. and it is truly, if you love herfing, you will love LaZonaPalooza.
Nice.
And it is cool. A lot of relationships are built there. A lot of people that only communicate with each other through whereby rooms and Zooms and different things. They come together there. They meet there, and they a lot of lifelong relationships have been built there. We haven't had anybody get married yet, but we're shooting for that. So Raul, there may be out of the 220 people, there may be 2 girls there that are single.
I'm married, so I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, but not in Florida.
But my wife's watching. But you will be getting a big hug from me. I'm a hugger, so you're getting one when I see you.
All right.
So we're back.
Hector, I won't be at LaZonaPalooza.
So
I didn't say it was a naked rear hug.
Oh,
it's just a regular hug.
A naked rear hug. Naked rear hug.
Naked rear hug.
That's
okay. So did Jack tell you? Did Jack tell you what LaZonaPalooza is all about?
So Hector will be happy to hear. We normally get about 180 RSVPs. We're north of 220 this year.
What?
Hector will be happy.
So are there people already in the parking lot?
Well, there will be Monday. I just did an event with Eric in Tampa, and the guys that one of the 2 guys that parked the trailer back there, a camper, and lived in the parking lot of LaZonaPalooza. They will be pulling that camper up on Tuesday.
So just so you know, I will be angry every day of that week.
Don't listen to Hector. Hector loves LaZonaPalooza.
Hector does not live. No, he does not. Hector understands LaZonaPalooza. Hector appreciates what LaZonaPalooza does and the people that come to it. But it's a lot of people, man.
He sits in his office, and you got to win a raffle to be able to go see.
Listen, if you want me to be there, I'm gonna have to hold court. I gotta make it. I have to stay sane.
Who would like an audience with Hector?
It's like it's easier to get in with the Pope than it is to come see me. But still, But when you come see me, you don't get bread and wine. You get cigars. So I mean, it's all right. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you.
So I don't know about
Matt, are you coming?
I don't know.
I'll find you.
Is it just Raul?
So Raul's the only one coming. I got a family event that weekend, so up here in Minnesota. So
we all have family events that weekend, buddy.
We could only hope that everybody had a family.
Yeah, I tried. Hector and I have tried that excuse every year.
Well, I'm thinking nobody's. So you said nobody's gotten married at LaZonaPalooza yet. I'm just saying Justin's engaged right now.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Jack, Jack's a minister. Jack can go.
Well, it expired.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Jack has the
I only signed up for a year so I could marry
my
nephew and his fiance during COVID. Kind of everything fell apart, and they were married right here in my backyard. And by the power vested in me and the Internet Church of New Zealand or something, I became a minister. I'm not sure it's legal.
If you want to get married, Jack has $8 in his PayPal account. He'll get that redone. And
for $26, I became a minister for a year.
That's right, buddy.
I'm sure. Yeah, just use PayPal and re-up. You could just re-up.
Oh yeah, they'll take another 26 from me. Hey.
Listen, he's doing weddings. He's doing funerals. He did a couple of baptisms. He's all over the place.
Hey, that church in New Zealand needs that $26, Jack.
I was signed up to do a bris, but it was cut short.
He took a little off the top. Just a little off the top.
Figure that out yet?
No, I mean it's boozy. It's high proof. It's got really thick texture to it, which I love for bourbons.
What do you guys drink?
I'm trying to remember they don't drink.
They're sober too?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're only drunk around here?
I'm the only degenerate. I mean, Rich is also contributing.
Hector probably has an adult beverage.
I am not, because I'm driving, and this is New York, and they're cute up here, so I'm not drinking. Hector's had his share of a couple drinks, but I'm good.
I'm trying to remember if you, in your collection, if you had any Elijah Craig barrel proof.
I do.
I'm wondering if that's what this is.
Wrong.
Okay.
And it's a bourbon.
Oh.
Not a rye.
Not a rye, is that what you said?
It's a bourbon, not a rye.
Yeah.
Because you said it was dark. It might be that Basil Hayden's. It's that dark rye, which I love, by the way.
I have that too.
That is good stuff.
But it's not that.
It's not that. Okay. All right. So for people who are coming to LaZonaPalooza this year, what are they for? And obviously people are going to be going to LaZonaPalooza who have been there before, and people going for the first time. What can they expect to see and hear that they're used to, and what's going to be something new and exciting that they can look forward to?
When we find out, we'll let you know.
Yeah, at this point we don't know. That's a great question. Do you guys know the answer?
Did you guys watch Seinfeld?
Of course.
There's no script here.
All right. So our LaZonaPalooza is kind of like when Kramer from the Merv Griffin set. We don't know. We're playing fast and loose. We might have an animal guy on there, a magician, some circus crowns. We don't know what's going on. Listen, we know. This is what we know for sure. We know that Eric's going to be there. That we're going to be there. There's going to be stories. There's going to be talking. There's going to be cigars. There's going to be good food
and alcohol.
And outside of that, we never know. We'll play some games. But we've been telling Eric for years, it's not about setting, making, we'll have a herp at a store. I'll be at Caribbean probably that Saturday morning, and people go there and they herp before the event Saturday night. But it's what we've tried to tell him for years, and he's finally kind of come to grips with it. We don't really have to plan anything for these guys. They're just happy to be there with us and amongst themselves, and they get a chance to see guys that they haven't seen in a year, that they know on social media, and they see them on Facebook and Instagram. And now they get to put a person with a handle, and that's really what it is. It's more about camaraderie, or as Tyreek will say, camaraderie. It's these guys. They just get a chance to hang, and they do it. They love it, and they'll spend time with Jack, and some will spend some time with me, and it's just I make a big deal about it because it's just so many people, and I don't like crowds like that, but still, it's a hit every year. Nobody ever complains. We have yet to have a bad LaZonaPalooza. Everybody comes and they have a great time, and they start, and we know that it's a good time because they start showing up Monday or Tuesday, because they'll start showing up Monday or Tuesday.
And listen, we're happy to see them, and we're happier when they leave.
And this year,
by the way, is the theme of this year.
You don't have to go home.
See you. Bye.
You don't have to go home, but you got to get the fuck out of here. The Dolphins play at 9:30 on Sunday, because the Dolphins play on 9:30. He runs late Saturday night, but the Dolphin game's at 9:30 in the morning.
9:30 in the morning.
So Daddy's got Dolphin games to watch, But listen, we spend a lot of time with them, and listen, nobody ever leaves wanting. I mean, by the time this event is over, everybody's smoked out. They're drunk out. They're eating out. Yeah, but they're ready to go back after 4 days. I mean, trust me, it's a lot goes on during this LaZonaPalooza.
Any rules?
Just don't be
a dick. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
If you got a problem, don't talk religion. Don't talk politics. If there's somebody you don't like, don't go near the fucking guy.
It's a 5,000. If you don't like the guy, it's 5,000 square feet of warehouse. You can find a corner to be away from that guy.
All right. So advice for Raul for his first time going to LaZonaPalooza: don't be yourself.
Use Waze. Use Waze.
If you're trying to get there, use Waze.
Any Google Maps or whatever will take you into the neighborhood, and you'll think Espinosa is in somebody's house.
Yeah.
So Waze is the only one that'll actually get you to Espinosa Cigars.
Listen, we haven't had any problems. So everybody knows how to behave, and And we go through that in the first.
And the question we have right there, this year, Guy will not be there.
Guy will not be there this year.
He was there last year. This year, he will not.
But as a matter, we didn't know that they're. You never know.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
You never know. I mean, we don't have him advertised as going, so we don't know if he'll show up or not.
I don't wear underwear. Ben, I don't wear underwear, so I don't have to wear any clean ones. So we're good.
All right,
where are you staying, Raul?
We got a bed and breakfast, or not a bed and breakfast, or
Airbnb.
Airbnb. Oh,
yeah, nice. About 25 minutes away.
You and the wife?
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're going by yourself, or
we're going with James from Burn up here in Minnesota.
Burn.
I love that guy. Yeah, I love that guy.
The Espinosa Cigars Lounge of the North.
Yes.
Yes. I like him. James is a good guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's a good time. People. So I have to ask this because like we already talked about, you said Guy's not going to be there, but the guy's got his own plane, so he could really show up if he feels like it. But my question is not specifically related to Guy Fieri and LaZonaPalooza, but kind of just Guy Fieri as a whole, as it relates to the premium cigar business and Espinosa cigars. I mean, before the Knuckle Sandwich Cigars Project launched, you guys had a certain way of doing things at Espinosa and all that. And I'm not saying that any of that has changed, but that was such a firestorm in the premium cigar industry for your company and for the business as a whole. How did that kind of affect you, and what kind of adjustments have you had to make just as in terms of managing sort of the star power that he has and the draw that he has for certain events and things like that?
I don't know. I don't think we've changed anything.
I like it.
It really
just added a level, and I'll throw a little word. Hector's in the chaos clubhouse right there. I will tell you, it's just added another level of chaos to the stuff.
I'm going to say this, not to be a homer, because I'm not really a homer. I tell like it is. It is by far the most successful celebrity cigar launch ever. That said,
not even close. Yeah,
not even close. That said, it does bring its own particular
nuances.
One of them being the one you heard off camera, that kind of stuff. But listen, you have to take the good with the bad. One of the things that comes, the good stuff, some of the stuff that comes with that is the fact that you have a guy who is involved. Hey, he wants a 60 ring cigar. A lot of these guys who had celebrity cigars, they don't even smoke cigars, or they just put their name on it. He smoked cigars. He wanted a 60 ring cigar, so boom, a 60. So Knuckle Sandwich came out in a 60. That anything that's branded with his name has the right look, the right fonts, has the right appeal. That fits in his portfolio, and it has. He has been a good partner to Eric and the company since day one.
Listen, the problem that it's caused, and it's a good problem, is that we cannot please. It's not possible to please every retailer in the country. There is every retailer has been asking me for a Guy event, and we'll buy all the product you need. Well, you bring. I said, so will everybody in the country. So we've made certain promises to accounts, and in different territories, that if Guy is in we're at the mercy of his diners, drive-ins, and dive schedule.
Absolutely, that's what. And
the moment I just got his schedule, the schedule gets revamped every 5 minutes apparently, and we'll be doing the events I'm doing Sunday and Tuesday in Colorado. Eric's doing one in Arizona. The following in December, we're going to do one we got the calendar, December 18th or 19th in San Antonio, Texas. Okay, we set everything up. Today I get an email, and Eric gets an email that trip has changed to December 8th and 9th. So, we got to go on the fly, and inevitably when we bring him and we try to have him go to the account 99% of the time that has supported him the most from day one and has supported us from day one. Sometimes that's not possible, so we piss off other retailers. nobody understands that. Why are you coming to my city and doing an event at that shop and not my shop? And if I did it at your shop, that shop would be pissed. And so it's jumping through hoops for these retailers and trying to get them to understand that we don't control that. We do our best to get him in front of people and at these events, but really we're not picking these events. He's picking the date. He's telling us where he's going to be. And a lot of times I got that same email and he said, are there any shops in New Smyrna Island? I don't even know where that is. So I had to look it up.
My favorite was Taos, Mexico. Is it New Mexico? Is there anything in Taos, Mexico? No.
And that was it. Like a year ago, Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. I said, I don't even know where that is, but let me look it up.
Yeah.
I said it's literally in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. There's a giant bridge you have to get there.
Oh, shit.
And there isn't a cigar shop within 100 miles. And he doesn't, because of his time issues, he can't travel 40 minutes to an event and 40 minutes back. We try to get him somewhere within 10 minutes. And this is what a lot of retailers don't understand. Listen, it's this store or no store, because it's not like he's picking that store over your store. It's convenience, it's logistics, it's where he is going to be and where we can get him in and out and see the most people. That they'll be at all the stores. I mean, we brought him to Smoke Inn in Port St. Lucie. He was scheduled from 5 to 7. He showed up at 4:45, and by 6:15 we had sold the 200 boxes that they had. So he was standing around doing nothing.
Yeah.
He had a drink, he talked to the crowd, and it was time for him to go.
Yeah.
And listen, this is a guy.
It is a whirlwind when he's there.
And listen, Matt and Raul, this is a guy that in his first year, he came to the PCA. He came to 2 big smoking events with Cigar Aficionado. He came to LaZonaPalooza. He did an event in Puerto Rico. I mean, it's a guy. He's making the effort. I mean, so it's
arguably one of the busiest dudes on the planet.
I'm telling you, listen. I mean, we all have problems, and he has Guy Fieri problems, but his issues, we're trying to work around.
But once again, today I got the email for the South Beach Food and Wine Festival in February, and when you go to the Guy Fieri Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, there he is, pictured in this email that went out to probably hundreds of thousands of people with a knuckle sandwich cigar in his mouth.
Yeah.
And
he has done
ask for more than that.
No.
What he has done to try to take cigars mainstream is incredible. Nobody's been able to do that. He wears the shirt on his shows.
Yeah.
He sets the internet ablaze with being at the NBA All-Star game with the cigar and the shirt in his hand. I mean, listen, what he's done for the industry, just in trying to mainstream it. A lot of guys have come up to us, other manufacturers, say, man, this is really good for our industry. And they're thankful. I mean, and it's something that we're very blessed that it's fallen into our lap, and we are trying to make the best of it. And it's hard. I mean, but so far so good. We don't have any complaints. I mean, it could be worse. Listen, it could be worse. We could be working with somebody who's not involved and doesn't care and just wants to reap whatever the rewards are, and that's not the case in this instance. Not at all.
Yeah. Well, I actually want to kind of tie into something that one of our fantastic viewers commented on, and it's our great friend Chrissy Critchfield, the queen of memes of all planet Earth. I mean, there's no greater meme poster in the world. And she's asking about, or she's not asking, but she's saying that she's loving all the new 60 ring gauge cigars coming out. And, there's a lot of size queen. And there's a lot of, there's this like, I don't want to say debate, but there's a dividing line, it feels like, when it comes to ring gauge on cigars. So when you guys are, working on a new blend, and whether you sit down and you try some test blends and you say, okay, we're going to put this out in this ring gauge and a that ring gauge and a so on and so forth ring gauge. How do you deal with it from a consumer standpoint, or do you just let the blend do what the blend's going to do?
Well, listen, we want to be able to make a blend that that can work in every vitola. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what we all want to do. But as you guys know, I'm a small vitola guy. I like a 6.5 by 48. Not really a small cigar, but that's the size that I prefer. And if you look through our portfolio, you'll see that size is around in a lot of different blends. But we're trying to kind of go. We have to go with the flow, and this is cyclical. Sizes just like popular fillers. A couple of years ago, remember when there was a big craze for Camera? We've noticed that now the sizes that are selling the most, that are getting the most attention are Toros and Robustos, and sad to say, I mean, because I'm not a smoker of that size, 6x60.
Yeah.
It's people are smoking 6x60s, whether it has to do with the economy, or guys are just enjoying a bigger ring gauge. We try to make cigars on the shelves for those retailers. We were at the beginning. We were a Corona Gorda. We were a classic Corona Gorda, Toro, Robusto, Churchill company. Then we moved away from the Churchill. We do the short Churchill in some instances, and now we're kind of moving away from Corona Gordas. Not that we won't do Corona Gordas, but we're kind of moving away from them because they're just not the movement is not there. The traction is not there. But we still make Lanceros. I mean, I think we make a Lancero.
Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Say you're not making Lanceros.
I think we make Lanceros in almost every vitola. I mean, every
yeah, you do. In most of the stuff, yeah, you guys
we
make
do
Lanceros, yeah.
So we're just what we want to do is we want to be able to make cigars that the retailers want. I mean, it's a lot easier. It's easier to go into a retailer and say, "Look, I have this in 3 sizes," than to try to tell a retailer, "I have this in 18 sizes." And Jack can probably talk more about that from the sales perspective because he is the sales director. But I just think it's easier when you're going with what is popular.
Well, yeah, and Jack, I have to imagine a lot of shops, if you come at them with too many vitolas, they're gonna say no, I'll take your top 3.
Yep,
always. Not some of the time, always. I mean, we carry 6 or 7 vitolas in Crema, in a lot of our in Laranja, in the Reserva, and they always default to give me Toro, give me Robusto, and what's the third size in Laranja? It's easy, Caixa.
The 6.5 by 40. Yeah,
6.5. Yeah. So, but more and more, why don't you guys make 660s? Why don't you guys make 660s? And when guys started asking that question, we started making 660s.
And a 660 and a 660 box press is not a difficult smoke compared to smoking around 6x60. So it's not that not that big of a stretch. I don't think you'll be seeing any 7x70s in Knuckle Sandwich or any 8x80s or anything like that.
Thank you.
But we're just trying to. We're you got to do what people want. You got to make what people want.
What pays the bills? You got to do what pays the bills.
That's why that's why you can't make every cigar in Habano. Every cigar can't be a Habano. Every cigar can't be a Connecticut. Every cigar we make can't be one of your favorites because you have to reach out. You have to try to hit everybody.
Yeah. So let's go back a minute to LaZonaPalooza because somebody just commented Jack's got great hair. Jack's hair is long as shit. Because the guy that cuts my hair drives me absolutely crazy. And I got my hair cut about 6 weeks ago. And I usually try to go once a month. And I decided LaZonaPalooza, we bring in Joel, the great barber, who gives haircuts to everybody that wants haircuts. This guy does about 100 haircuts. You're good, Raul. And but he get you a shave. And so I figured, all right, I can push this haircut all the way to LaZonaPalooza, and then I don't have to see my guy till January. I'll be good,
There you go.
Maybe and so my hair's a little out of control right now. I can't wait till next week.
Yeah.
So that's another little treat of LaZonaPalooza, the haircuts.
Oh, you gotta love that.
And this year we're going to do prostate exams too, so we're trying to stay medically healthy as well. So.
Nice.
Colonoscopies with Hector.
With me, yeah.
Oh, looks like we got a little.
You're going to feel a little pressure here.
Yeah, you got to feel a little pressure. Just breathe. Just breathe. It'll be okay.
I taste metal.
You're gonna feel a little prick.
I can feel your ring. I can feel your ring. No, that's not my ring. That's my watch.
Is that a Gordo or a Lancero? I can't.
No, it's a Rolex Colon Master.
You're not getting that Rolex. You give me an example. You ain't getting it back.
So I traveled with Eric over the weekend. We took a road trip, and if anybody's taking a road trip with Eric behind the wheel, I tried to make it so I could drive, but Eric wanted to drive, and I said, "But Eric, you like to play on your phone and make phone calls and send text messages. You can sit in the passenger seat. I'll drive." What I didn't realize at the time was he was still going to do that anyway. Yeah. But we had a funny moment, and I'm going to ask Chrissy permission to tell this story. If she puts up a yes, I'll tell this story because it was kind of funny. and this happened 5 minutes into this trip. If Chrissy's, because Eric's going to tell it at LaZonaPalooza. So I don't know if Chrissy wants me to mention it because it was
absolutely. She says, well, she said it with a question mark. I'm not sure. I'm a little worried about that.
So Chrissy's husband Curtis, Eric reached out to him to ask a question. He doesn't answer the phone, so then he reaches out to Chrissy, but he doesn't have Chrissy's phone number. He can't even. He's just learning how to pronounce her name. He doesn't really have her phone number. He does have it. But it's dyslexia at his best. The numbers were all inverted. He had the correct numbers, but it wouldn't work. So I give him her phone number, and he calls her, and he says, she answers whatever question he had, and Curtis sends a text. Eric, did you need something? And he said, no, I handled it with the boss. But he's on voice. He's not typing. He's on the voice.
Yeah.
So as he's typing, I see. I don't know if anybody has seen the new electric Amazon trucks. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what is passing us? And I said to Eric, have you seen the new Amazon truck? And he hits send, and the voice message comes out as, "Don't worry, I handled it with the boss. Your Amazon wife." Is what is texted on the thing. So Eric's like, oh my God. He's freaking out in the car. And I said, just call Chrissy. She'll laugh. Call Chrissy. So he calls her. And in the time he's telling Chrissy about this funny story, her husband sends back a laughing emoji. And she's like, that motherfucker, he's laughing without knowing it was a joke. He thinks that Eric has called me Amazon woman. So, Chrissy, we got an Amazon T-shirt waiting for you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it was a good start to our road trip.
So one thing that I'm curious about for Raul and other people going to LaZonaPalooza, if they're going early or staying late, and they want to learn about a cool place in that general area, whether it's a great place to eat or a great place to go sit down and smoke cigars. Obviously, we know
they got this
Cigar.
thing called Google.
Yelp. You can go on Yelp.
You guys being local there, we want your the lowdown recommendations.
There will be an information booth at LaZonaPalooza manned by Hector.
I'm going to tell you to go have a Yelp T-shirt on. Have you heard of Yelp? Yelp.
So you'll have the booth where you give information about local spots and colonoscopies.
Yeah, I don't want to send anybody.
You're not going to have time. Well, if you want to go early or stay late, you'll have time. But during LaZonaPalooza, you're there 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's like putting, you have to punch a clock. It's like putting double time there. It's a lot
start working out.
You got to start working out. So what are some of the favorite food items that have been brought to or food trucks or cooked at LaZonaPalooza that you guys have just loved?
Well, we had squirrel that one year. That didn't go over well.
But it wasn't in the stew then, right? Because if you put it in the stew, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't good. We did listen. You're gonna get the beef. You're gonna get the rice, and you're gonna get the
you're gonna get a chicken dish. You're gonna get a beef dish. You're gonna get a rice.
Look,
you're gonna like it.
You're gonna love it. The food is crazy, man. The food is crazy. I know that for everybody's really excited about the ice cream truck that we have every year. We're having the ice cream truck again, right, Jack?
I haven't heard anything.
Oh, never mind. We don't do ice cream.
Junior may have forgotten about that.
Yeah.
We have an ice cream truck that pulls up on Friday night after, a couple hours after dinner, maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then it's just free ice cream for everybody. And everybody goes crazy with that.
I'll have Vienna sausages and potato chips in my office. That's what
I know that Friday night we got a couple of gigantic paellas that will be made there. I'm not sure what is going on. They're auditioning bands right now because they want to have a live band for the last party.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, nice top 40 band.
Breaking news here on How About That Cigar Live. Breaking news.
Is there a good Puerto Rican restaurant around there?
No, dude. That's
a misnomer.
You go to Del Tono, where I was last week. You'll get all the Puerto Rican food you want. This is actually, there's one really close to my house that is fantastic. I couldn't even tell you the name, but it's a fantastic Puerto Rican restaurant. But you're in Miami, you got to eat Cuban food.
Yeah, eat Cuban
Isla
food.
Canaria. Isla Canaria.
It's close to the same thing, but
mofongo, bro.
Mofongo,
you got to eat
Puerto
that.
Rican.
Cubans don't eat mofongo.
It's Puerto Rican.
Oh, it's Puerto Rican. I thought it was Cuban.
Yeah,
that's my fault.
There you go.
I'm a white guy. What the hell do I am? I love David's comment. Be like Seinfeld when Kramer was running the movie phone line. Hector just yelping it for you.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see?
Tell me where you want to go. Yeah.
I'm going to send an endless amount of people to Hector's office asking for where they can go eat.
I'll catch on to that sooner than you know. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be good.
So, just kind of touching on Espinosa Cigars as a company, you guys have had another very, very busy year. I mean, a lot of new product launches, a lot of big stuff going on with events. So how are you holding up, coming toward the end of another huge year for you guys? So how are you holding up, and
how do you de-stress?
And how do you de-stress aside from, just sitting down with a cigar? What do you
narcotics,
do?
A lot of narcotics.
Listen, as you know, all the stuff we release, and there's a lot of limited releases. I don't think we didn't release anything core line. Well, except for Knuckle Sandwich Connecticut really was released just before the trade show.
Yeah.
But it staggers in. So we've kind of gotten everything out except for La Se Provincias, which here's the kicker on that one. There are 12 pallets of these jars scheduled to arrive sometime between now and the start of LaZonaPalooza.
Oh, God.
So those of you
first?
No, you guys might help.
Yeah, you might have to.
One for you, one for us. One for you, one for us.
So they're like, hey, we're putting you guys to work.
It's working.
If they decide to call and say that needs to be delivered on day one of LaZonaPalooza, we're in trouble. So we're all praying that it gets delivered by the end of this week, because we have an alternate site warehouse where all this stuff is going to be sent to. Because right now, 30 people don't fit in the warehouse. That's how much product is in there. But Hector, I think everything except for L6P has been shipped.
Everything that we showed at the show and that has been released.
The 3-packs, the Knuckle Sandwich 3-packs.
Those are coming as well.
Those are coming. Those are coming as well.
And then we have a new core line that we'll probably be showing in December. So we're gonna wait on that. So we have a new core line item coming out. Listen, we've had a busy year, and you ask how we distress. We don't. We're at each other's throats all the time. We drink heavily during the day. I'm using Narcan to come down. I mean, it's just really it's tough, man. I'm telling you, it's not just what you said, Matt. It's been a busy year. It's been a busy 3 years.
Oh, that's true.
These last 3 years have been very, very, very busy, and baseball's been very, very good to me. But it's been we've been very busy, man. I mean, I want to tell you, I can't complain about something that's been so great, to be this lucky for a company like ours, of our size, where we started and where we are, and that's just an example of the hard work that we've all put in, and the growing pains that we had, and Knuckle Sandwich falling in our lap, and us being able to do the right things based on, some of the lessons we learned as we came up as a company. But, this year, you think about the things that happened this year. We joined TAA this year. Boom. TAA comes. These guys go to TAA. We're the first company to have the cigar ready at TAA. While they are at TAA launching the cigar shipping. I mean, that was a huge advantage for us, and then we had a very successful show, and this is right around the corner. I mean, it's just it's one thing after another. I'm sure there are dozens of companies who are going, what are you complaining about? We're not. But we're just trying to answer your question that there's just the only chill time we're going to get is that 2-week period in December when the factory's closed down.
Yeah.
That we kind of take a breath and then get ready for January all over again.
Are you going to be taking a vacation anywhere in that 2 weeks, or just stay at home and relax?
No, I'm probably going to go we're probably going to go up to Tennessee and hang out with my kid for Christmas, which is usually a big deal. I don't like to go away for Christmas, but I've tried to take a couple of small trips during the year because I'm getting ready. I mean, I'm 57. I'm ready to wind it out. I figure I've got a good 3 or 4 years left, and then I want to go sit in my lawn and in my shorts.
Tell kids to get off of it.
Get off my lawn.
Get my shorts, sandals, and black socks and wife beater, and tell the kids, that get off my lawn and shit like that. But in the meanwhile, we're doing the best we can. Man. It's just I guess the growing pains is just something you just have to get used to.
What about you, Jack? Are you taking a vacation those 2 weeks?
No.
Oh.
No, the family comes down. I get my stepdaughter and step grandbaby. They live in Tallahassee. They're going to come and spend Thanksgiving with us and Christmas with us. I don't know if my nephew's coming this year, but usually the house is full at Christmas, so we're not. I think my wife was inspired by the story of Hector and his family doing the Airbnb and going in, and that's what she's talking about for next year. But I really don't like going away for Thanksgiving. I don't like going away for Christmas. We have I think it's December 19th. We have our Christmas office Christmas dinner, and then we're basically shut down till January 2nd. Or
unless you want to come by and and have us throw you out. I mean,
don't put it past me. It's possible.
Listen, you laugh, but and Jack will tell you, we are one of the reasons that we grew was because we were very active on social media,
right?
And we became that company, but it's not out of the ordinary for somebody to just show up at the warehouse. Hey, how you doing? Can I help you? Yeah, I had an event in Bucktooth, Oregon, and Eric said to stop by if I'm ever in town. Did he now? You don't say.
He was being polite, right?
You took 2 flights to get here. Well, damn,
Eric's traveling, and about 6 hours later, the guy says, "All right, I'm going to take off."
I'm going to, So it's listen. We get a lot of guys who come to the factory, and we're just we're being asses about it, but we couldn't be any more cordial. That said, no more visits till 23. For 23. Let's hold off till 24, guys.
Well, and I have to say that because it does bring about a lot of added work and stress, and like you said already, Hector, it's not a bad thing. But when you have a big celebrity endorser, come along, you guys have handled this exceptionally well. As somebody from the outside, and I know that you on the inside, you guys have all this stuff going on internally and all that, but I'm
so glad it looks good from the outside.
And it really does. As somebody, from the outside, as a consumer, seeing what's happening in the premium cigar market with somebody who has mainstream notability like he does, and somebody who he is genuinely involved. And he wants to be a part of it, and he wants to promote the premium cigar hobby as a positive thing in people's lives. That I'm not saying that there's if if this would have happened with some other premium cigar company, that they would have fucked it up. But I'm saying that you guys have really handled this exceptionally well, and really kind of gone with the flow to make this grow, not just the company, but kudos to you guys, because this genuinely has been a fantastic thing for the industry as a whole.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. And being the size that we are, that actually helps. We can pivot because we're I mean, we're a small company when you look at it. You have 5 major principals, 5 support people. We're a company of 10, and we can pivot. We can turn on a dime. But as they say about laws and sausages, the cigar industry falls. Nobody wants to see how it's made.
Yeah.
The finished product is all that matters. Trust me, you don't want to see the headaches and the stuff that we at times have to we have to really prep sometimes and really move and make things happen. But like I say all the time to my buddies in the police department, when I retired, they went, "I thought you were retired." I said, I work in a cigar company. I mean, really. I mean, it's not like I'm selling, I'm not selling mattresses on the side of the road or anything like that. This is, if you're thinking about bad gigs, this is not one of them. This is
no more than 1 or 2 days a week selling mattresses on the side of the road.
No,
it's lucrative. It's lucrative.
It's lucrative. It's a lucrative business, or avocados or some shit like that.
Listen, somebody asked about merch. That why don't we open up?
Yeah, Rich, he's right here in studio with us.
Oh, that doesn't count.
No, it does count. He's from out of state. He's from Michigan. He drove all the way to Minnesota to be here.
Listen, while we do make a lot of knuckle sandwich stuff, we give that shit away.
We do.
I mean, it's tough enough keeping up with the inventory of cigars. I don't see us opening a merch store anytime soon. But if you go to Espinosa events and there's 2 happening tonight. I know 2 of the reps are they're all, and what's today? Monday, on a Monday night. There's events happening almost every day of the week somewhere in the country. There is merch there. There is stuff. And, you buy a few cigars and you get some nice knuckle sandwich T-shirts or lighters or
more cigars.
Or more cigars,
yeah.
Which is what really cigar guys want. I mean, yeah, merch is nice, but at the end of the day, a guy who got 10 cigars, if you're going to give him 3 more, he wants 3 more cigars.
Yeah, you want a lighter or 3 more cigars? I'll take 3 more cigars.
Well, I'll say this before you leave tonight, I got some Espinosa swag for you, bro.
There you go.
So I got you. So
have you figured that out yet? You got one more pick.
I got one. Did I already do 2? I already did 2 guesses. Jack Daniels. Fireball. No. Fire. I have a hard time remembering what's in your bourbon collection, bro. I
add all the time.
I'm gonna go Buffalo Trace.
No,
I think it's 2. So this is really kind of high proof, and Buffalo Trace is more like 80 to 90 proof.
What's that? Elmer T. Whatever.
He doesn't have Elmer T. Lee. That's too. Oh, you have Elmer T. Lee in your collection?
Not yet.
Thank God he doesn't drink, right?
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so the last guess that I'm going to give is some form of stag. Is it stag?
Stag.
I got one finally. Fuck! I finally got one. Stag.
Stag Junior.
Stag Junior. Oh, thank God.
Don't worry. When Raul comes to Miami, I'll let him see what kind of water he's drinking. He can pick it out. Is this toilet water or canal water? What do you think? No. It's
this is the finest quality Miami.
This is urine we've run through charcoal. How does that taste? Does it taste good? Does it got a hug? Does he get a good hug from it?
That's just wrong.
All right, so guys, the last question for each of you before we get to Numero de los Muertos. What is your least favorite thing about the premium cigar industry?
The people in it. No, I'm just.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. No, my least favorite thing in the cigar industry? Jeez.
Yeah, it's not a.
That's not an easy one. It's not easy for 2 things. First of all, there's really nothing bad about the industry, but also I don't like anybody, so it makes it I'm conflicted here. Jack, what do you think? Give me a second to think about this.
Hector, I love everybody, buddy.
That's right. Jack's a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people.
Jackson, man,
I love the people. I love the industry. If within the industry, and I've done just about everything within this industry, being a day-to-day street rep, I is the least favorite thing I have in this industry, and I respect everybody that does that, because to be staring at your windshield all day long, driving around,
yes,
and getting rejections after rejections, and here's a 2-box order and complaints, and having to listen to that. Listen, I travel with my reps. I'm there for 3 or 4 days. We have a great time. I can do that all day long. But by myself in a car driving around, I had to do it. The first year I was with Espinosa, I had to do it in Alabama because we lost our rep, and I had a trip planned with him. I had to rent a car. I started in Huntsville, ended up in Mobile, Alabama. I wanted to shoot myself. So
please tell me even though it was a rental car, please tell me you still smoke cigars in that rental car.
I did. I learned from Rick Rodriguez. I learned all the tricks from Ricky Rodriguez.
You got to call. Hey, this rental car smells like somebody smoked in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't go for that anymore. Ricky's got it. Ricky. Yeah, I'll tell you a quick story about Ricky. We did an event, and I wasn't with Espinosa at the time. I was with General, and I'm working a table with Ricky, and Ricky. Eric's whole goal at that event was to get Ricky drunk, because he wanted to pay Ricky back for something Ricky had done the year before. And Ricky got plastered, and Ricky was supposed to drive to the airport, and Eric took his keys away. And Eric took Ricky to his car, and he said, I need you to sit in this car for like an hour, take a nap, do what you got to do, and I'll be back. I'm keeping your keys. The windows are open. I'm keeping your keys. And Eric comes back to me and he says, dude, is Ricky Rodriguez a pig? And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, his car is full of French fries from McDonald's all over the back seat. I said, that's his cigar trick. He has two go-tos. The French fries, you load that car with French fries and all it smells like is French fries. And the second one, which is a lot worse, is when you're filling it up before you bring it in, he would open the back door and squirt a little gas on the mat in the back. And then when he would get there, he would tell them the car smells like gasoline, and they would grease pen it out of service. And I'm like, Ricky, you got to stop doing that.
Wrong.
I did that once in a rental. I was doing the final fill up before I returned it, and I heard about this from I don't even remember who, but I had been smoking cigars in this rental car for 4 days, and they're like, when you go to do your final fill up before you return it, just spritz a little gas on the carpet in the back seat. And I did, and I was clean as a whistle, not a problem.
That's so wrong.
I did though, bro. I did. It wasn't much. It was like a tablespoon of gas, not much, just a little bit.
You went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those gas pumps, you really have nozzle control.
That cost you It almost cost you $3-4 bucks.
Well, these days this is years ago, bro. Years ago. All right. So I think
it's time.
Is it time?
I got by without having to say what I hated about the industry. That's pretty cool.
Wait.
No, I'm going to give Hector a pass. Okay. Hector's
actually, to be honest with you, on my side, there's nothing I hate. Maybe the traveling to Nicaragua, which is, the flight, leaving the country, going into another. That's not great. And you're staying and it is, even though Esteli's grown a lot and Nicaragua's a lot greater than it was, 12 years ago when I started going. It's still the inconvenience. That inconvenience is kind of a pain in the ass. But I really don't. I don't hate anything about this industry. I really don't. Yeah. I really haven't found anything I hated about the industry.
No, I hear you.
Except for a couple of people that I don't like. But outside of that,
once you're in,
kind of piss me off.
Once you're in Nicaragua and kind of settled in, it really does get a lot better. But I agree with you.
That's what they say about jail too. But I don't know. Prison sucks. But once I learned how to do hair, I was fine.
So you get into that shower and it's got the exposed wires and the heating element. Yeah.
Well, that's but the good thing is, Hector, that's where you learned how to do colonoscopies. So that's okay.
I did my own. I started by doing my own.
All right,
let's get
guys.
to Dias de los Muertos.
It is time. It is now time for this week's Número de los Muertos. And as always, Número de los Muertos brought to us by our friends at Smoke Inn.
Honestly, agree with the goat to tell you about Smoke Inn's Cigar of the Month Club. Every month, I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Every month, there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. All delivered to your door for $34.95. 5 great reasons on what makes Smoking Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace.
You know what makes that commercial for me? It's not Abe. It's Alex.
It's
not
Alex. Not
Alex
saying a
not
word.
saying anything.
Yes.
Alex is what makes that commercial.
All right. Números de los Muertos, episode 219. The number this week is 200.
200.
200.
Okay.
A year?
That's easy.
So these numbers go back. I'm going to say.
I'll take what I weighed in 7th grade.
So the numbers go back to the year since 1969. And 200 is not exact. It's just over 200, but they don't cite exactly what the number is. But I still trust this source. So going back to since 1969, 200 deaths have occurred in this particular type of place.
Oh, that's Swifties at NFL games.
Oh, that's just in the last 3 weeks.
That's just in the last 3 weeks. 200. All right, 200. We've never gotten one of these right, Jack.
Never.
People smuggling heroin into jail.
No. I'm gonna say in the shower.
Nope.
I would think that number is way higher though. But
yeah, that would. All right, so
fancy air.
These
people have
are we looking for a place?
We're looking for a place, but a particular type of event. Not one particular geographical location, but a particular type of event. And
hot air balloon deaths.
I'll say that all these deaths happened on land.
How about amusement parks?
No amusement parks that I'm aware of.
Grand Canyon.
Music concerts.
Say that again, Hector.
Outdoor concerts.
I'm going to give it to you. Yes. It doesn't specify outdoor concerts, but
concerts.
So according to the website known as Click It Ticket, they reviewed more than 200 fatalities at concerts since 1969.
But wasn't there like 200 in Cincinnati at a concert?
No, wasn't Vegas like 35?
Well, somebody was shooting them.
That's
different.
So that's an outlier.
I'm thinking the Rolling Stones asking the Hells Angels to do security at Altamont.
They only killed one guy.
Yeah, but still, that's one.
The Who concert in Cincinnati back in 78 when a bunch of people got squished up against the stage and all that.
Don't forget the guys who with the fireworks and was it Motley Crue?
Oh
yeah, Motley
Lines.
That came back.
White Snake or something like that. Or?
One of those hair bands.
Hair bands.
Is this U.S. or worldwide? Because that Israeli rave is going to knock that number up a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
too soon.
Most of the causes of death since 1969 have actually been drug overdoses.
No, that's shocking.
I know it's
you have Ultra here in Miami. There's always at least 5 or 6 overdoses during the Ultra in Miami. So yeah,
but they don't.
I can see it. They don't die, but
most of the drugs
we can only hope.
Yeah, most of the drugs mentioned are ecstasy, or bath salts, meth, cocaine, and heroin.
Nice.
So about 50% of those 200, just over 200 deaths were due to drug overdoses. The rest were due to pyrotechnics, trampling, fights, that kind of thing. So
I'll take this victory the way any way you
take the win. You take the win.
Take the
Absolutely.
win any way you give it to me. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So that was this week's Número de los Muertos. All right. So let's jump into the lightning round brought to us by our friends at J.C. Newman Cigar Company, America's oldest family-owned premium cigar maker, creators of the popular Brick House, Perla Del Mar, Diamond Crown, and the American. J.C. Newman Cigar Company operates out of their 112-year-old El Reloj Cigar Factory in historic Cigar City, Tampa, Florida. For more information on their cigars or visitor experience, please visit jcnewman.com. All right. So since you guys have been on the show before, I had to dig up some fresh, new lightning round questions for you guys. All right. So question number one, Jack, I'm going to start with you. You're not going to like these, but it's going to be fun either way. Jack, if you had to swap your legs with the legs of any animal, what animal would you choose?
A giraffe.
A giraffe.
I like long legs.
Just because of the height?
Yeah.
Purely. Hector, what about you?
A badger.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
A honey badger, not just a badger.
Where's Christy at with some memes for this?
Well, yeah, and you know why the honey badger, right?
Well, because honey badger don't give a fuck.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right.
All right, Hector, you're going first on this one. If you were the first person on planet Earth to make contact with alien life, who would be the first person you would send them to have a discussion?
Jack.
I really like that guy, and I would in turn send him to Eric because they would they'd get their fill with Eric.
I'd send him to Jack, and if not Jack, if Jack was busy, I'd send him to Tony Gomez because he would get back on the plane and go back to where the fuck they came from.
There is no life on Earth.
There is no life on Earth. No intelligent life.
Yeah.
All right, so Jack, this last one, I'm going to start with you, Jack.
All right.
If you had your own late night network talk show on TV, who would you choose to be your first ever celebrity guest?
Dead or alive?
Dead. Yeah. Let's say dead or alive.
Wow.
I like that one.
You know, listen, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to be clever and intelligent with this, but listen, I'd always like to meet Michael Jordan. I did Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's a great answer. So, Hector, if you had your own late night TV talk show, who would you choose to be your first ever?
I'm always afraid to hear the answer.
I know.
My own.
And it's over.
And it's over. Wow. Listen, I like comics. I like comedy. I'd love to have Jeffrey Ross on. I love Jeffrey.
Oh yeah, the roast.
And anybody who can say shit to make me not get in trouble, I'm okay with that too. I mean, because whatever I say will not compare to whatever Jeff Ross is going to say. So I'd have Jeff Ross.
John Lennon would have been boring as all hell. I love John
that.
Lennon.
He would have brought Yoko, and who has time for that?
Yeah. Nobody has time.
You know, during the commercial break, she's singing in the microphone. She's screaming in the mic.
Nobody's got time for that.
Okay, how about you, Matt?
Oh shit!
Not easy, huh?
So, living or dead?
I think you should have Coupon.
I don't know if he's living or dead, but I don't know if he's living or dead. But I want to change my.
No,
I would have Garrett Robinson.
I honestly, I have to say
that's fucked up.
That if it was so back in my youth, he was still living. I would say Frank Sinatra, without question. I I mean, seeing the times that Frank Sinatra stopped by the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, you know,
Shit, I'd rather have Dom DeLuise and Dean.
I'd
Martin.
rather have Rickles.
Rickles would be, yeah.
Rickles.
Raul, what about you? Who would be your late night celebrity guest?
His bourbon supplier.
Hector Level.
Who's that?
Hector Level.
Puerto Rican singer.
Salsa singer.
Oh yeah.
Frankie Ruiz, baby. Frankie Ruiz.
Yeah, he's good too.
That's what you need.
Justin, what about you?
What?
Your late night. You're hosting.
Up.
Yeah,
like,
Justin's like, wait, what?
The guy who invented beard wax.
Yeah, there we go.
Who are you going to have on? You're hosting a late night TV talk show. Who's your first ever celebrity guest?
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
There you go.
Legend.
That's not a bad guest at all.
There you go.
Just so you know that we're getting old. I saw him pushing those pills for joint ache. He's pushing joint ache pills on TV at night. So that skateboarding has kicked his ass.
I got one last lightning round question for Hector. Your favorite memory from LaZonaPalooza?
Oh, great question.
He's going to say when it's over.
Every year when it ends. Every year when it's over.
Every year when it's over. My favorite memory?
Here, I'm gonna share one to help Hector put some thought into his. But mine at the time, and Hector was present, wasn't my favorite, but is soon to become my favorite. When William Cooper passed gas in Hector's office.
Oh my God. Wow.
In a very loud fashion.
It was accidental. William Cooper
next to me.
And he put him in the penalty box.
I put him outside Hector's office, outside the window, and Hector kept saying, "Jack, you got to let him back in." I was like, "Fuck that guy! He farted in my fucking ear."
It wasn't on purpose. You know, Coop's on a high broccoli diet. It was an unfortunate moment. There was no bad intention because then Eric walked in and goes, "Why is Coop outside?" I said, "We put him in the penalty box. He got a 5-minute major." Yeah.
No, I gotta ask though. Did he blame it on the coach?
No, he took complete responsibility.
No, he took it.
Listen,
it was so loud, and I looked at him and I said, "Are you fucking serious?" And he's like, "You know, Coop." He's like, "I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I said, "Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out."
Actually, watching Tim Wong smoke 20 cigars in one day was pretty funny because I thought he was going to die that day, but he didn't. That's rough, man. That's a rough one.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right.
I told you I'd tell this story, Coop.
I hope he remembers it was you.
I'm glad it was here. I'm so glad that story was told here.
I signed a 3-year deal that I would not tell that story. That's over.
The NDA is over after 3 years.
The NDA is over.
All right.
These are your friends, people. Don't forget.
Let's jump into this week's notable smokables. Oh shoot! I gotta stop.
Hey, guys, they're about to close. They're about to close the lounge up. So, would you be completely bothered if I stepped off now, or?
Let's just finish this last segment real quick.
Yeah,
okay,
go ahead. We're super close, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Notable smokables brought to us by Luciano Cigars. Notable cigars, notable passion, notable purpose.
Attaboy.
So, guys, each week we name a cigar that we smoked recently that was notable to us. This could be a cigar that's been on the market for decades that we smoked for the first time in a very long time, or a cigar that's brand new to the market that we smoked for the first time ever. Obviously, you're smoking mostly Espinosa premium cigars, but we know you get a chance to dive outside of your portfolio from time to time. What's something you smoked recently that was notable to you? Hector, let's start with you.
I smoked two new cigars in the last couple of weeks. I liked them both. One, I thought the Carrillo's Pledge of Allegiance was a fantastic cigar. Fantastic cigar.
Yes.
And I smoked Skip's Quadrophenia or Quadriplegic. What's it called?
Quinquagenario.
Right. It means 50. It means 50.
Yeah.
I smoked it in Nicaragua and I smoked it here. I liked it both times. So those are the two cigars I smoked that I thought were really good.
Very cool. Jack, what about you?
And listen, both of those, I would have said the same thing, and I will add, and I don't know what it's called right now, but the new Crown Heads with the V.
Oh, La
Veretta. I absolutely love that cigar, and for years, and I got to give a shout out to my man Justin Andrews, Esteli Puro, the diesel Esteli Puro, has been in my rotation for goes to 3 or 4 years now. It's one of my favorite cigars. I keep them here. I had one after dinner tonight, and absolutely love that cigar.
Yeah, Jack liked that V a lot. I was really into the Mule Kick, the new Mule Kick.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
Yeah. Justin, what was notable for you?
I had the Casa 1910 Calvary Edition Lucero. It was a good one over the weekend.
Very nice. I have not smoked that one yet, but I have one waiting in my humidor. Raul, what about you?
Mine was the Ligero Hawaii by Blackworks Studio.
Blackworks
2022.
Very nice. My notable this week from Ramsey Smoke Shop when he got a box of the rare and hard to find El Triunfador Lancero from Tatuaje, that beautiful broadleaf Lancero. Very nice cigar. So let's give you guys some coming attractions that we have coming up soon on How About That Cigar Live, and those are brought to us by our friends at AJ Fernandez. Born and raised in Cuba, AJ Fernandez now produces unparalleled premium cigars in Esteli, Nicaragua. The AJ Fernandez portfolio of cigars provides blend strength and flavor profiles to match the preferences of any premium cigar consumer. Whether it's New World, Dias de Gloria, Enclave, or Bellas Artes, you are sure to be satisfied with a premium cigar from AJ Fernandez. All right, guys, next week on October 30th, we have Steve Saka from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust.
You better block off about 3 hours for that one.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody pack a lunch. Pack a lunch. That's going to be a long show. On November 6th, we have, this is really cool, Kellen Gorbett from Standard & Twain. And if you haven't heard of Standard & Twain, they put together cigar samplers where they put QR code. They take off the bands. They put on QR codes for you to scan after you're done smoking them. So you can find out what it was you smoked after you have enjoyed that cigar. So very excited to find out about that project. And then on November 13th, we have none other than Brett J. from Tobaccology. Very excited to have him on the show. Guys, we're very excited for a great upcoming LaZonaPalooza. We know Raul's going to have a great time. So sorry we can't join you guys in person, but we look forward to a great event from you guys, and just keep doing what you're doing. Keep killing it. And thank you so much for giving us some time tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Nice show, guys.
No problem. My pleasure.
All right, guys. So for our viewers and listeners, guys, thank you so much for being the best part of How About That Cigar Live. We appreciate you so much watching and listening. If you are on Facebook and YouTube, take just a minute, if you would, please, and like us and subscribe and do all the clicking of the buttons and all the things. Smash that like button. And thank you guys as well for listening on your favorite audio podcast platform. Take just a minute. Go to that 5-star rating and click that 5-star rating, because that's so cool. And it really does help us out a lot. And if you have questions, you can email us on the website, howaboutthatcigar.com. Be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at HBT Cigar. And of course, until we see you guys next time, everybody say it together: burn cigars,
not bridges.
Thank you, guys. See ya. any comments, opinions, viewpoints, or statements presented or uttered by guests on the HBTC podcast, HBTC live video streams, and all other media from HBT Media LLC are solely those of the individual and do not necessarily represent the opinions or viewpoints of How About That Cigar or its parent company, HBT Media LLC, any of our advertising partners, or the premium cigar industry. The primary purpose of How About That Cigar is to entertain and to encourage activity and growth within the community of people who enjoy or want to learn about the enjoyment of premium cigars.